My name is James M. Marr. I was born here in Seattle, July 11, 1914. Well, this store was built in 1910. We are wholesalers. We took care of servicing restaurants with their food equipment. See, my dad came from Port Townsend, where he was also a part-time interpreter and also ran a store over there, like one we have right now. Someone had to take care of the restaurants, the gambling joints, and the lottery joints. They all need food, so that's how our company came to being. I think the earliest, when we were about 10 or 12, my dad would always bring all of us down here for summer so we can mix with the Chinese and pick up a little Chinese. It wasn't easy, but like I say, it was a daily thing, so we gradually picked up a lot of things here. And those we didn't, what the dad would tell us. Chinatown was hardly anyone around here except for the people that lived here, mostly old-timers, people that work in the canneries or the railroad, and they did live in hotels and stuff like that. New immigrants coming into the area would need housing, they would need schools, where to go for banking, and all these little things that a social agency would take care of. We served as a social security office for these people. Dad was very helpful. Whether they had money or not, whatever he just gave it to them. But they always paid, always came back to pay. In those days, it wasn't like that. Everybody knew each other and treated everybody else like family. How are you, Jim?
Fine.
Good. Oh, not too bad. Busy?
It's okay.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
February 1941, I was the first Chinese-American drafted from Seattle here. We were in the medical battalion, which is the 56th Medical Battalion, which is the main medical supply for the 7th Army at that time. We saw a lot of combat. Like I say, our battalion was supplying the 7th Army, so we moved our units all the time. We got bombed in Naples. On my cot that I was sleeping, shrapnel went above me and shrapnel went underneath me for about 15 minutes. During the bombing, people were killed and wounded, and that's where I fortunately got a Bronze Star. I lost my chief cook, my supply officer, and my transportation officer. And one more assistant warrant officer in the finance division. Lost 5 people total. I think the hardest part is, after the war, I had to go visit those families, and they were all from Seattle here, so. I started work here actively about 1945, after I came back from the service. The neighborhood was beginning to fill up here pretty rapidly, and I think there are there's 4 stores like ours, which was adequate to take care of all the restaurants in the area. These are people that we deal with. So I used to do it all like this, but they're all changed now. Either they're out of business or no longer alive. So that's how we kept track of everything.
How did you become a funeral director?
The reason why I got into it was when being the commander of the American Legion Post, they were returning all the Asiatic veterans and casualties from Pacific and the European, and no one took care of them. Being the commander of the post, they came to us, and I've been doing that ever since. Most of the old timers, they can't speak hardly any English, So we were just fortunate to be able to be there to help them. The Chinese would never talk about it. They didn't want to do anything. They would do it with death. And I had a hard time getting people to do the things that we want them to do when it happens. And it took about 2 years. If they're Yi family, we put the character on there for them. We put the quarter in there and a piece of candy. Everybody gets one of those when they leave the service. Traditionally, the candy is to take the bitterness out of your mouth and then to replenish it. That quarter, you don't keep it, you got to buy candy with it. If I wasn't in the medic, seeing all the casualties and all that stuff, I don't think I would be able to do it, continue to do it. Because it takes a certain type of people to handle these kind of things, you know. You got to deal with the family, you know, it's really real stressful for them, you know. But you get to treat each other like family, so it worked out fine. They depend on you and they depend on me, so it worked out quite well. It's not the easiest job in the world, but like I say, there is a need in the community and the help is here, and we need someone like that to do some of these things, and we just don't have enough of those people to do it. And it's easier for me because I have my own business, I have my own time, I can go out and do all these things. But an average person, if he runs a business, he will not have the time or willing to do and take the time to do the things that we are doing here. I'm 91 years old. I should have retired a long time ago, but my brother Howard is the only single one in our family. So this is like home for him. So that's the only reason why we kept it up. He's been gone for 2 years now. Get your phone. Hello. Well, it gets to be a habit. You're down here, people need help. Dad was like that. He just helping everybody all the time and giving them money or giving them sacks of rice until they're able to pay, you know. So I sort of picked that up too, because like I say, if they didn't need you, they wouldn't come to you. So when you come to you, my dad's never turned anybody away, which is something that I kept throughout my entire life. And I'm sure they all appreciate it. And like I say, I just love to help people. But as far as people are concerned, helping them is really a satisfaction for me all these years. And they get to call you Uncle Jimmy, whether you're related or not. So that makes you feel good. Yeah. Kind of difficult to let go, but like I say, at Whaley Museum did the right thing. Said they're going to complete the name of the Yick Fung Company, so we could set out to do it.
In this space, we're reproducing the Yick Fung store, and the Yick Fung store was one of the original mercantiles in the International District. It's very intact. It hasn't changed much since it opened in the West Kong Yick building. The new museum is in the East Kong Yick building, and so we're reproducing the store, we're moving it over and reproducing it in its entirety in this space.
Ready? Go!
Some of the challenges we faced in moving the store over here mostly stem from the size of some of the pieces. They're just really large and unwieldy, and were never designed to be moved. They were built-in pieces, and so we had to break them apart into smaller pieces to be able to move them. We didn't have to load them in a truck or anything, but I think in some ways that was a little bit harder on them to just be wheeled up the street on dollies.
Yeah, it's been here so long, and to have these people start tearing it down, just like burning a house. Yeah. You hate to see it move like this, but like I say, it's going to be a permanent exhibit at Wayne Luke Museum, so it's going to be there how many years, I don't know. But at least people know that it's still here, being the first and only one of its kind. It's just like losing someone in the family. You're so used to coming down there and helping people. I'm going to continue to do it since I'm still in the funeral business, and that's helping people, which I primarily like to do.